The whisper of rain and flame and light shift, the night shift begins. The soft patter which roams, dispersing to clear the earth as the night air greets him with a cool whisper rustling his plaid shirt. Stars sprawl across the sky, a silvery tapestry offering secret kinship. The distant hum of traffic underlies the cricket serenade, soothing, haunting. Jake inhales deeply, then releases a long sigh, as if shedding unseen burdens, a history of regrets and directionless roads. He collapses onto a weathered picnic bench, his eyes seeking solace lift to the heavens. Lord of mercy, what am I doing out here? He whispers, his voice quivering, his words fragile. Bowing his head, he cradles it in his hands, fingers intertwining like ancient roots grappling for sustenance. He prays, words fragmentally fail berets through the vast nave, where the grandeur of stone arches and intricate carvings that whisper stories of ages past and enduring faith never fail to fill me with awe. Yet tonight, in the solitude of this sacred space, I carry the ache of loneliness, a deep yearning to belong somewhere, to someone. As I work, the rhythmic swish of my mop becomes a metronome to my thoughts, and I find myself speaking aloud, my voice swallowed by the vastness, Lord of mercy. I say the words raw with honesty. I feel invisible, I long to be seen, to find my place. Do you hear me? The silence that follows is thick and heavy, a tangible presence punctuated only by the steady drip of water from my mop. But somewhere in the quiet I sense a soft echo, like the gentle touch of rain on dry earth, hearing without hearing, a nudge towards some deep unseen trust. The echo of longing, I linger in the side chapel, where votive candles flicker like tiny beacons of hope, casting dancing shadows upon the ancient stone. A deep yearning wells up inside me again, and I kneel, resting my hands on the worn wood of the pew. The cool air seems to embrace me, cradling my whispered plea within its vastness. I am tired, Lord, I confess, closing my eyes against the darkness stretching beyond. Tired of being alone in a crowd, of feeling like a ghost in a world that races by without pause. Shepherd of my soul, guide me to where I truly belong. As if in answer, the organ in the loft begins to play, a gentle awakening warming up for the quiet practice that will soon break the dawn. Each chord vibrates through the air, a celestial symphony of hope. And I listen, yearning deeply to hear God's voice woven into the music's tapestry. And there it is amidst the melody, a subtle line of guidance finds me, a serene sense of God whispering, seek the awe in everyday moments and find me there. A new light, with renewed purpose infusing my spirit. I rise, the familiar texture of the scarf around my neck grounding me in its warmth. It was a gift from Abuela, who always believed it brought warmth against the coldest shadows. A tangible reminder of the love that carries us when we feel most alone. Outside, the rain has softened into a gentle mist, a delicate veil that blurs the harsh edges of the world. I make my way to the front of the cathedral, where the great wooden doors stand tall, imposing yet ever welcoming in the soft light of dawn. I see a woman huddled against the cold, her clothes soaked through, her face a mask of weariness and resignation. I hesitate, an internal battle waging between reticence and compassion, then remember the call I felt only moments ago. The action God nudged me toward courage stirs within as the organ plays its final resonant notes, and I step forward, offering her the scarf as a simple yet profound act of belonging. Come inside, I tell her, my voice steady with newfound assurance. There's light and warmth here. Her eyes, weary yet hopeful, flicker to life as they meet mine. In that brief connection, a spark of gratitude ignites, kindling a silent exchange of understanding and mutual recognition. Together, we step into the quiet sanctuary of the cathedral, the sound of our footsteps melding with the quiet crescendo of hope that fills the air. The warmth of the cathedral envelops us as we settle into a pew near the altar, the sacred silence wrapping around us like a comforting blanket. The woman wrapped in my scarf closes her eyes, a hint of a smile touching her lips, as if the whisper of the divine gently touches her soul. Holy One, light of the world, grant me eyes to see your wonders, even in the mundane, and a heart open to your whispers of love. Guide my steps toward you each day. Amen.